You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, in live coverage. The Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder. We're kicking things off tonight. The Jess and Jim Steakhouse Big Block Modified Series from Lanier. Historically, a racetrack that produces amazing races for us. Adam, you need to hurry up and get in here. We got a small field tonight. We've only got about a dozen cars. Inexplicably, I didn't think St. Patrick's Day was that big a deal. Well, we got a lot of drivers missing, and it's got to be because of the holiday. It's the only thing I can come up with. Kind of wrapping up their drivers meeting, and they're about to let them get back out here and work the track. But we've got about 11 or 12 of them checked in right now. We were hoping for about 20 tonight. Kick things off with a bang, but they're going to run it no matter what. Some of these guys are going to make up some really good points. For those that have had bad finishes or have had to miss a race already, whatever the case may be, this will be a good way to fill that in. First of 2 shows this evening. We're going to have our 410 Outlaw Sprint cars following these guys up. They are going to be at Knoxville for show number 2 at 9:30 Eastern. 150 lapper. Boo. That's too long a race. Got your current points leader, 3-time winner on the series in the house tonight, looking to make it a 4-time and back-to-back. I saw Kevin Hanley trying to log in. I think he might be having to do the update, so we'll see. He's got time to get through here and get into the qualifying. Ben Jolly, Giovanni Mungan, Matt Westfall, Larry Moody, new driver Chris Haddon. Let's see where he is at. Back down the backstretch there. Then G-Body. Lay model stock car. Okay. Too many laps for me, bud. I don't run those long races like that no more. The boys here next Monday night are going to be a USA Speedway 75 lap feature. The spice it up in the USA Championship next Monday night. Giving away some Midwest barbecue equipment. Spices and rubs. So we're about to wind down our hot lap session, getting ready to get into heat races. They will not have qualifying, so I was hoping that Kevin Hanley would get downloaded and get in here, but it ain't looking good for him. Who is We Love Ganja? What's happening? Now I got everybody. We've had Facebook. We've had Twitch. We've had YouTube. Man, feeling special tonight. All right, couple of small heats. Look like we're going to have a 5 and a 6 car heat. Just waiting for a driver to pop himself out there onto the track so we can get on the car. Here we go. Going to line them up. Great draw for this driver. Going to start on the pole. I think he's second in the points right now. 33 of Ben Jolly. Next to him, newcomer to the series in the 52, Christopher Haddon. Giovanni Mungan in the 141. That'll be that green machine you see back there inside row number 2. And he's got the 32 car of Tom Ostendorf on his outside. And then the 02 of Patrick Cobb. Shotgun Charlie, heat number 1. Pace truck rolling a little black smoke. Yeah. Special in a special way, huh, Adam? Yeah, all right. I didn't run out of fuel last night. Leading with 4 to go. Just saying. Nothing but love for you, brother. Nothing but love. And thank you. Ganja, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, pace truck's going to get out of the way down here, turn number 4, when these guys get to the opening to pit road right there. Jolly and Haddon will get things started. Yes, you did. Everybody did. Green flag in the air. Heat number 1. Jess and Jim Steakhouse. Big block modifieds on Monday Night Thunder underway. Ben Jolly going to get away clean. Giovanni Mungan jumps up to second. Patrick Cobb working that 02 car down around the bottom of the raceway. And he has worked his way to third, looking for a little more. Can't get the launch out of 2 to get up next to Mungan, but Haddon and Ostendorf are going side by side for the 4th and 5th spots. Should be a pretty short program for us tonight. A couple of heats. We'll get to the feature pretty quick. They'll run the whole warm-up session. 5 to go. And Giovanni Mungan is trying to see what is up on the high side. He has got it up in the fluff where there's some tacky dirt. He is not making any ground up on your leader, Ben Jolly, but Patrick Cobb down on the bottom has closed the gap a couple 3 car lengths. I think he'll run out of laps before he can make up the real estate. Yeah, it's sad they're going to rerun that, but I think it's the best thing for everybody. I'm trying to get you guys some setups from SSR for that, and I got approval for him. I just got to send him the track list, so he'll send them over, and I'll give them to you guys. Oh, white flag coming out this time. Heat number 1. Ben Jolly's got it under control. Mungan second. Cobb, Ostendorf, Haddon. And Ben Jolly picking up another heat race win in the series. He'll start on the pole for tonight's 40-lap feature. Mungan, Cobb, Ostendorf, and Haddon will make up the inside row. Heat 2 will set the outside row. Six cars deep. They'll line up with Dalton DeWert. My goodness. You want to put the 2 fastest guys in the room on the pole for the heat races? They're going to start on the front row probably for tonight's A-main, and it is going to be catch us if you can but from those 2. But the 82 of Dalton DeWert. On the pole, they have the 44 of Jake Boxell beside. Ryan Paget, the 98, inside row number 2, next to the 73 of Larry Moody. And then our final row for the final heat, the 21 of Garrett Boyd and the 54 of Matt Westfall, inside and out. So the points leader and a guy that gives him the biggest run for his money usually, pole for each of their respective heat races. It's a good setup to put them 2 guys on the front row for tonight's 40-lap feature. And if that is the case, the rest of these guys need to find another gear and figure out how to make it fly because, man, oh, man, I'll tell you what. Going to be a tough one for him. Don't know where Dylan's at. Don't know where. There's 4 or 5 guys missing. Secret Agent Man ain't here. All right. Pace truck's out of the way. DeWert going to get us started. He'll get a good, clean, free start. Lead them into turns 1 and 2 by about half a dozen car lengths. Pageant off the bottom. Trying to grab second away from Boxell. Pushing the car to get out of the corner. A little momentum. He got there first, but Boxell shot right by the time they got into 1 and 2. That's the best battle on the track. High side looks like it's working pretty good right now. A lot of momentum up there. Garrett Boyd from inside row 3 up to 4th. And he's closing on this battle. Now Boxell trying to shut that door, break that rhythm, and he does a good job. He gets clean and clear into that second spot. Larry Moody, Matt Westfall. Still working on each other, and Moody's got the best of it down on the bottom side. DeWert now goes bottom shelf. He'll go clear to the basement all the way around the speedway. Boxell moved inside. That just made Paget go to the high side. Now Paget going to clear him, but going to get tapped, and Garrett Boyd will use that as an opportunity to jump all the way to second, coming around to 2 to go. Paget not ready to give the spot up just yet. Low in 1 and 2. Boyd off the high side. Not quite enough momentum to get around him. He just needs to keep working it. But he's run out of time because the white flag waves over the field. DeWert is first. We're watching the battle for second. Dalton DeWert's going to win this one easily. Who's coming home second? Out of 4, DeWert. Then Boyd. Then Paget. Westfall to 4th. Boxell is 5th. And Larry Moody rounding out the field. So heat racing action is over, and it's over in a hurry. These boys will have a couple of minutes to about 5 to get out here and do some warm-up. Greg Keppel in the TeamSpeak server, or in the Discord server, but not in the race. He must have just missed getting started tonight. So the guys will get out here. They want to slick this off a little more. These cars react so much better when the track is slick. These guys want to slick it off about as much as they can. Open it up, make the racing lanes wider. Yeah, but it probably still is one of the more fair things to do, Adam, is to let, since nobody could make it, give everybody a fresh start. Call it a practice race. One of the stranger things that I have covered here on the network, 4 or 5 laps to go and everybody running out of fuel. I'd seen 1 or 2 guys, but never that. So we'll have 11 of them. It's 40 laps. It's going to be Jolly and DeWert on the front row. That is going to be one heck of a group. Get going there. The rest of the guys are going to be playing catch up all night long, I promise you. Watch that 81 car getting around here. Make sure the drone cams are going to do their jobs. We're going to give the guys a couple of minutes. Really like to see them push that cushion right up against the fence. And they've got it pushed up there pretty good in turns 2 and turn 4. Middle of the track looks like it's getting a little slick now. So we may see some 2-wide action here. Not as big a car count as these guys are used to having. Dylan Hauser, Dylan DeWert. There's a bunch of guys that missed out tonight. All right, real quick, I want to send out some get well wishes to Michael Sheridan. I know he had his surgery today to reattach his hamstring to his pelvis. Wish him a very comfortable and speedy recovery. He can get back on the racetrack soon. Tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern, ERA comes back to action. Kick off their new season. The pavement late model stock car. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series going to Lime Rock. Road race. And then we'll be off until at least Sunday evening. And we'll try to come and cover another Midwest late model series race. We know Adam's going to get them to put plenty of fuel in the car for this one. Yeah, we'll try to jump over there on Twitch and hit you up, Ganja. All right, that's it for warm-ups. That's it for practice. That's it for qualifying. It is time for our feature race, 40 laps. And we'll line them up with the 33 of Ben Jolly, the 82 of Dalton DeWert on our front row. The 141 of Giovanni Mungan and the 21 of Garrett Boyd in row number 2. Patrick Cobb in the 02 inside row 3 next to Ryan Paget in the 98. And your fourth row has the 32 of Tom Ostendorf on the inside and Matt Westphal, his teammate, on the outside of that row. Row 5 is Christopher Haddon, the 52, and Jake Boxell, the 44. And the old man of the group, Larry Moody, in the 73, all the way out back. Uh-oh, I don't know what that's about. Whoop. It's a subscription that expired. I love them when they're random like that. Just so exciting. All right, they're going to roll them off. We got 40 green flag laps. Man, what a front row. Giovanni and Garrett need to get some things figured out. Go up here and challenge these boys a little bit. Should be good, fast, and quick. All right, pace truck getting way out in front of everybody. He's going to duck off in turn 4. We're getting ready to go green. Jolly and DeWert. Slow, steady, even pace. Jolly getting on the throttle. Good start for everybody. DeWert trying to push his way to the bottom, and Giovanni Mungan said, I don't think so. You got to give me some space to race. Now Mungan tried to go to the top. Slide job from the 21 of Boyd. Put Boyd third, Mungan back to fourth. Here comes Paget to the outside. Ryan Paget in 5th place. Try to use the momentum up there. Work his way by Mungan. Try to get to Boyd. Top 2, lockstep. They're out by about 0.4 of a second over the rest of the field. Everybody staying in close proximity. Paget just cannot clear Mungan. And Ostendorf is right behind Mungan, kind of feeling like he might be getting held up a little bit here. That time Mungan slammed the door late. Ostendorf had his nose in there, but just the nose. Jolly and DeWert out front. Boyd is third. We're watching the battle right behind him. It's not over yet. Side by side. That time Paget slipped in the top side of turn number 2 just a little bit. That allowed Mungan to gain an advantage. Mungan's making it work now down on the bottom. He's getting a little bit of a launch out of turn 4. He's getting a pretty good launch out of turn 2. Single file, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Still battling almost side by side. Now they got it kind of worked out. Ostendorf, Cobb, Westfall, Boxell, Moody, Haddon. Boxell, Moody, and Haddon are back here in a 3-wide battle. That's actually Westfall, Moody, and Boxell. Christopher Haddon just a little bit off the pace at the back. Moody trying to work his way alongside and around Westfall. Westfall using the slider line. It's going to open the door, and here comes Moody. That'll be for 8th. So Jolly still out front. We've completed 12. He's 3/4 of a second, almost 8/10 of a second ahead of DeWert. Boyd about the same distance back in 3rd. And Giovanni Mungan is trying to close that gap. He's done wrestling with Ryan Paget. And now he's trying to refocus and go chase the 21 car down. Few laps shy of halfway. Christopher Haddon. He's got about a set of corners on your leaders. He'll probably become a lap car in about the next 10 laps. And now Ben Jolly really starting to open up the gap. He's got it out over a second on DeWert. That time DeWert scraped the fence a little bit, cost him a couple of tenths. Battle for 3rd is on as Mungan now is pulled alongside Garrett Boyd. Mungan working the bottom. Boyd is up top, and I'll tell you what, looks like the bottom's pretty good, especially in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I think the top side's better. Oh, a little contact there. They're all, come on, guys, straighten them out. Nope, Ryan Paget going to go around. They're not on the racing surface, according to iRacing. That's the part about that really sucks.
All right, man.
Now we get the caution. Cut to the inside, and a little net code. He couldn't stay off of him. And then Paget gets in there. And they're just trying to get separated like a couple of hung-up dogs right there, and that's what brought the caution out. So that'll give everybody a chance. Regroup, take a deep breath. We're going to be at halfway. Giovanni Mungan is headed into the pits. Well, you know, that shot when they straightened out might have bent the left front suspension a little bit. Unfortunate. So it's still Jolly, DeWert, Cobb, then Ostendorf, Moody, Westfall, Boxell, Haddon, Paget, Boyd, and Mungan. All right, ready to get back to it. Green flag coming out of turn 4, halfway. Jolly back to the front. DeWert will fall into second. It's going to be a battle for 3rd. That's where we're going to start. Ostendorf trying to take it away from Cobb. Moody is right there as well. So is Boxell. Westfall. Paget is in this as well. Here comes Boyd once again. He's going to work around Haddon. Side by side right here. This is for third. Fourth. Sorry, Cobb has third. This is for fourth. And Moody takes the spot away from Ostendorf. Battle behind that, Paget and Boxell side by side. And Paget will prevail out of turn number 2, move him up to 7th. Westfall went in low. He slid out wide. He's going to open the door, and Ryan Paget going to go for another spot. Try to move himself up to 6th. Top 3 about 5 car lengths apart, first to second, second to third. Now the gap from second to third opens just a tiny bit. Top 2 all over each other. Larry Moody in 4th, and he is trying to close the gap. Would love to get himself a podium. He picked up a win last season, or 2 seasons ago, and has not visited victory lane since. I think he won the race at Knoxville a couple seasons ago, back 2024 in the fall-winter season. About season number 23. Coming around, going to be 11 to go. The gap is opening up. Jolly and DeWert starting to get separated. Jolly just quicker. He's 2/10 quicker. Cobb still hanging on to third. That gap not closing between he and Moody. Lap times identical. Ten laps remaining, and the top 3 have broken quite a ways away from 4th, 5th, 6th. As here comes Paget. He's going to put himself into the mix to try to get a top 5 out of this. He'll go after Ostendorf. Mungan is back to the 7th spot, and then Westfall, Boyd, Boxell. Haddon has taken his to the infield. He'll finish 11th in his debut. And Dalton DeWert is doing anything and everything. He's trying every line on the racetrack to try to close that gap. That last time he was about 3/100ths of a second quicker. This time by, he's 2/100ths quicker. 14:82 and 14:84 for your leaders. Everybody else in the 15-second bracket or slower. That time, slower for the 82 car. Ben Jolly out of turn 4, wave lap. Whole handful of fingers shown to the drivers, 5 laps to go. Moody's still 4th. Mungan is closing in here. Mungan trying to get in the 3 wide. He's on the bottom. He was trying to get around Paget and Ostendorf. And he almost went 2 for 1 out of turn 2. He might get it done right here at the line. That was close. This is going to be for a top 5 spot. 3 to go for the leader. Paget in deep, was able to check it up, not get into the left side of the 141. 2 to go for the leaders. Mungan may get up here and challenge Moody on the white flag lap for 4th. Ben Jolly, gap closing down a little bit, but the white flag is out. He's got to hold on for 4 more corners. Out of turn number 4, the 33 of Ben Jolly goes to victory lane at Lanier. DeWert 2nd. Cobb is going to hang on for 3rd. Can Moody hang on and grab 4th? Yeah, he can. Mungan, Paget, Ostendorf, Boyd, Boxell, Westfall, and Haddon. Quickly show you the results. That makes them pretty much official. Now, let's get down here. Get ready to talk to all of our drivers. We're waiting for the other two to come in, but we'll get ready to get started here. Let's get the driver of the O2 car in here. Patrick Cobb, a podium finish tonight at Lanier.
Yep. This was definitely a case of slow and steady wins gets you up front. I've never really seen Lanier where the top was worth anything in a big block, so I knew if I just stayed on the bottom and avoided the wreck, I'd get somewhere close to where I needed to be.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like that bottom, especially off of 2 and 4. You had a little bit of attack down there, able to launch pretty good and pass a few cars. I don't know why, but it looked like the top, man, it looked like it was great, but nobody was able to make up any kind of ground up there. So a new situation to me.
Yeah, it's just so much farther around that the bottom has to be just gone. And it wasn't.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to come out with a podium here tonight. You got some shout-outs, some thank yous?
Yep. MSSR, as always, great group of guys to run with. I really enjoy it. Everyone was always helpful, likes to work together. We love to come race the series here. The racing is usually very respectful, and the guys run good. A lot of them come over and run with us in our NARC races, and also equally enjoyable there. So really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Are you ready for 75 laps next week at the biggest track on the circuit?
We shall see.
All right, my man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We will look forward to seeing you back next week at USA.
All right. Have a good one.
Patrick Cobb finishing in third. Now let's get the guy that's won almost every other race this season, it feels like. But tonight, just couldn't catch the 33 car. Mr. DeWert, you got some splaining to do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ben was phenomenal tonight. There was no chance of me touching him. Hats off to him for the win. Good racing and good win. No, man, I haven't run here in a long time. I didn't think the bottom would be so dominant the whole race. So I put a softer right front in and kind of did some adjustments to run the top there, figuring it'd move up top quicker. And I was kind of just saving stuff, hoping we were getting a caution, and it did. And just the top never ever was there. And to try to keep pace with Ben, I was too loose on the bottom, so I kind of just had to use my car up to throw it in there to keep pace, I guess, at the end doing slider. But there's no use at that point.
Yeah, it just looked like everything kind of migrated to the bottom, and I'm used to seeing Lanier get really good around the top if you can hang that right rear quarter panel almost on the fence. It just absolutely wasn't there. Maybe weather conditions played a part in that, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the weather statements, showing the track, I don't remember the temp was before I looked at it at the feature. I think it was pretty warm, and the sun, obviously was out, so I figured it'd get super dry, and it did. And the top looked like it was pretty juiced, but nothing was there, man. And I remember back a while ago, you could run a deep slider, hit the cushion off exit, and sail, but that was nothing tonight, man.
Well, we love when we can throw all of you guys that are used to this and that a little bit of a curveball, make you work for it. You're going to come home second tonight, man. You got some shouts, some thank yous for us?
Yeah, man, I got to thank you for taking your time on tonight to broadcast this. Justin Jim Steakhouse, Do Pro Performance, Dean at Super Dirt Car Series, my brother DJ Sim Shop, Gunner and Swan Speed Shop, GripPack.com, and hats off for the top two tonight.
All right, man. Congrats on another great run. I'm sure it's not going to hurt you too much in the points. And I got to ask you, you ready for 75 laps next week at the biggest track?
Yep, that's pretty tuned in for that. I'm excited. I love long races at big tracks. It's going to be a good night.
All right, my man. Congratulations again. I look forward to seeing you at USA next week.
Thanks, Raj. Have a good night.
Dalton DeWert finishing in that second spot, and now we'll move on. Talk to the guy that got out front, stayed out front, wasn't going to be caught, and he did it kind of running middle bottom. Ben Jolly, we don't get to see that very often when somebody can beat all the guys that are used to running the top up by running somewhere from the middle down.
Yeah, I'm usually not a bottom kind of guy. I like the top, but this track I know is bottom dominant because I run a lot of 358s here. So kind of just held my line on the bottom. I saw rubber coming in the middle there, and started running the rubber, and that's when I started pulling away from Dalton. And about halfway, there was a pile up, and I really wasn't looking for that caution because I would have kept going. But at the same time, I would have kept burning up my tires, which I didn't want to do. So I kind of just held my line on the bottom and just sent it.
Yeah, it looked like you had pretty good launch pads out of 2 and out of 4 for sure right there on the exits. This track seems to hold moisture really well in those 2 particular spots.
Yeah, there was a lot of moisture. That's how I kept launching off of them. I mean, I just had that right rear right in the moisture and just kept pulling away.
Awesome run, man. Going to pick up the win here tonight. Before we get to your shout-outs and thank yous, I'll ask you, you ready for 75 laps next week at USA, the longest track on the circuit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I hope there's a few cautions so our arms can get a break because I know it's going to be a long one, and afterwards our arms are going to feel like jello, so we'll see how it goes.
And here I am hoping you guys go green to checkers because I want to see a phenomenal race.
It'll definitely be a good race between all of us. I know that for sure because all of us over here are clean and we'll give each other runs for our money, so we'll see what happens.
All right, my man, give me your shout-outs and thank yous tonight, and we'll let you go start getting ready for the big one next week.
I got to thank everyone at Republic Enemy Subs. They put this thing on dig. Speed from Sean, Carrot House Car Wash, McNutt Racing Products, 05 Lettering, and you guys for hosting and putting up these shows.
All right, my man, congrats on the win. I look forward to seeing you next week at USA.
Yep, thank you.
Ben Jolly, your winner tonight here. We'll see. That one next week's going to be a good one. 75 laps around the 0.6 of a mile USA Speedway. Not a lot of banking on that track, no more than there is here tonight. But that track definitely will run 2 lines. And we are going to see some amazing racing. We'll probably double our field. We're hoping anyway. We got all the artwork out and hoping we can draw all the guys for that one. We want to see a big field. Giving away some Midwest barbecue and equipment, seasonings and rubs, and we're going to throw some other prizes in on top of that as well. So, come back and see us here in just a few minutes. Oh, give us about 35 minutes. We'll probably go back live right at the bottom of the hour for the 410 Outlaws, a Rockin' K Logistics Sprint Car Series tonight. And if you can't, make sure you come tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, and watch the ERA guys in the pavement late model stock cars. But I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we just saw right here, and we're about to see again in about 30 minutes. There's nothing for us to cover. So high fives, pats on the backs all the way around. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the